you know, technology can be great, and it can also be really, really frustrating. Some of the concerns with this RV I had that were new were the slides, the stabilizer jacks, the automatic awning, and the dreaded automatic steps. I noticed today as I was trying to leave the gas station here in Colorado that these do not go back up. There's an on-off switch, but when you close the door, this magnetic thing right there hits a magnetic thing right there, which I'm holding in my hand right now. You need to stay inside, honey. Because the wires go inside and they had sheared off inside. So right now, I have absolutely zero way of putting the steps in, and they're about 6 inches off the ground. You cannot drive with them. I mean, I drove from the gas station to this parking lot, but unlike the slides, these do not have a manual override that I can tell that I'm reading from. So I have to order a new one of these magnetic things and rewire it in. But something so simple as automatic steps has grounded me for, I really don't know. There is an Amazon locker about 5 miles away, so I'm gonna do some research and also go on YouTube and see what other fixes have done. Wondering if like car alarm door magnetic pins will work in place. It's just a 2-wire system, so. Also, you know, one of the strange things about this system is that, say, if I turned that button off so that when you close the door, these stay out at the campground, if I forget to turn that button on and put these back in, when you start up the coach or just turn it to ACC, before you even fire it up, there's an override system that pulls these in for safety, so you can't drive with them down. I thought maybe when these stopped working that you turn the key, they'd go in. No. What a crummy safety feature. It still has to have a magnetic connection here for the system in the steering wheel ignition to put these back in. Of course. Why am I not surprised though? Okay, here's where I'm at about 2.5 hours later, watching a few YouTube videos, and yes, you can use a universal 2-wire pin magnetic strip. The company Amseco, A-M-S-E-C-O, Camping World in Denver here can get this part, and they can get it in about 5 to 7 days parts wise. However, since it just sheared off of the connection right there in the door, watch this. If I just hold this, they're in, and then, actually this is a two-handed job because I have to turn that switch and I have to hold it. Let me put the camera down. So, stairs go in, turn it off. Oh wait, that doesn't work that way. It only works the other way. If I turn it off, now it won't go back into the campground. But I want it to stay in. The only way around this is to duct tape this magnetic strip right there, or to super glue it to the part in there. A little ridiculous, but it is what it is. While I'm at it, I will grease and lube up the bottom of the steps once again. I want to do that once a week, and the slides and everything. This will at least get me back on the road. Back in business. Tape and super glue. So for right now, I super glued the metal piece on there for now. Like I said, this is temporary. I will get a new one later. And I also re-wrapped this wire. I just didn't like how exposed it was. It has to be flexible as the door is opening and closing. So if I take the screen here, as soon as that metal hits, yay, we can drive. The only last remaining question I have is an override, because, you know, if the slides won't go in, if the awning won't go in, doesn't there have to be an override with these smart systems that always fail? And I can't find anything specifically online, but if anybody can give me some feedback here for the future. Same company that makes the leveling system, LCI, Coach Step, Underneath, here is the gearing system, and like I said, I see absolutely no way to override the electronic system here, so that's probably not good. Then again, I know these motors can go out on you, and they're gonna go out at you at the worst possible times and basically make it so that you can't drive because you can't physically put these steps back in, right? So that's bad. But you know what? RV life is an adventure. There is always something on the list, and there are certain things that are going to happen at inopportunistic times. Yes, indeed. At least I'm good for now. I will give you some more feedback when I get up north on how I'm gonna permanently fix this situation, as well as have a backup slide motor on hand and probably a backup step motor too. It wouldn't be so bad if it were stuck in the in position, but you know, also, you know, I think it's kind of well known that all of the Denver area Walmarts have signs that say no overnight parking. Well, I just got permission from customer service to park here in the RV one night. She asked me to stay on the east side, which is, I told her, actually, that's where I ended up, and then keep clear so that the trucks can still do their business. But got the okay, so I'm just gonna let today sink in because things didn't work as planned. Speaking of things not working as planned, I showed you that one of my simulators for the wheel, you know, the chrome piece came off on the road on the driver's side. Remember, I even showed you how loose this one was, and I tightened it with a wrench at 12 and 6. I mean, I feel like those are not very good wheel simulators if they're coming off that easy. I don't know. I may just spray paint that black and put some beauty rings on it later, or I may order the replacements. But you know, if I'm losing them, no matter how hard they're torqued in every you know month, that's gonna add up, right? It's gonna freeze again tonight. It froze yesterday. This seems late in the year for me, but you know, Denver, Colorado, we are much higher in elevation, and it can freeze at night well into May. That would be perfectly normal. It can snow in May as well, and there's a 30% chance of precipitation tonight also. I won't be here long. I won't be here long. I just got done addressing all the personalized postcards from Colorado to my Patreon peeps who are supporting me on that tier. As there's a lot of other tiers, so if you haven't got a chance to check out Patreon and you want some extra bonus stuff from me, or videos, pictures, signed photos, there's some other categories. There's a link in the video description for Patreon, and a link at the end of the video if you'd like to check that out as well. Right now, I got a health pie in the oven, and I got the wave heater on low. When it's sub-freezing temperatures outside, I will keep the heater on overnight, and then if it gets too warm or something, I would just crack the window a little more in the bedroom or out here or something. Staying nice, warm, and toasty in the RV, actually. I've actually got the onboard thermostat set to 68 degrees there, and it's been kicking on and off. It has no problem running in the daytime off of the solar batteries. It's at night when you're requiring it to run on 6 or 8 amps directly off the battery. I mean, that's essentially running the vacuum that I have all night just to push the air through those vents. So in the daytime, it's fine. And then at night, I think I will switch to the Wave 8 catalytic heater instead. For right now, it's keeping up. One of the things I wanted to share with you is the TV location, and this is actually really common for most RVs that are built today, is to have the dinette and the couch here, and the TV is usually always up there. So it was designed for us to sit here like this and watch TV. And like, why aren't there chairs facing this way? Well, I mean, what? Like, it's good, like, if you're searching at the dealership and you sit down and look up at TV, you're usually fine for, like, 10 seconds, but even just 1 minute of sitting here like this just starts to ache and hurt. So what I like to do for right now is kind of change up this couch area. I'll grab the cushions, and I'll put them up here out of the way. That one, too. I'll grab my pillow, I'll put it right there, and this gives me an area to lay with my feet up here so that I can watch the TV. Right? I mean, it's still not ideal, but this is the most comfortable way for me to watch TV, and then call Jax up. Hey, buddy. Actually, you know, it'd be better if you laid in this spot. so that I can still see the TV. Oh, you're more important than the TV? Okay. Well, anyway, this works for now, but I had a couple other ideas. One is to remove this love seat and put in one recliner that's kind of facing the TV. One recliner right here with a cup holder, a charger. That's one idea, and then that's about the smallest amount of change that would be required. Just remove this, put in an RV recliner or even a household recliner maybe, and be kind of aimed towards the TV with a way to kick my feet up, you know, like that. My other idea is still a recliner, but swap this out and either put in one recliner or there's a dual recliner. RB with Tito, he's from my home state, he did a video where he put in dual recliners for this same exact couch, and there's a cup holder with USB charging ports and a thing. I'll show a picture of it. It fits perfectly in this space. And then that would be push button recliner, but still the TV is there. Which gets me to the next point. I think the TV needs to be in that window space right here if you're sitting here. My dream recliner seat costs about $1,300. And the TV is going to be a few hundred. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't really picked one out, but definitely sacrifice that window area for a TV. And then I would need to run some power lines up through the corner to tap into the antenna and the electronics up here. But I would be able to have everything in a box up here, like my PS4 and the DVD player, and everything would be hidden up there with the TV there. And I mean, I'm not really complaining about the TV always there in an RV. I just think it's more meant for like a weekend warrior, not a full-timer, and you have to modify your interior. I don't want to get rid of the dinette because I actually really enjoy it right now for working, but also eating. As I said, that will be the workstation back there eventually with a nice desk and chair. But for right now, yeah, I don't really want to tear this up. I mean, it's functional and it works and it's a table and it's nice. So I'm still paying my solar that was installed. So I can't even begin to think about buying a $1,300 recliner or a TV or a motorcycle. My list is very, very long, but all in good time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So that's the sound the furnace makes. I can imagine that would drive some people crazy. That squealing, whining. Every furnace in every RV I have had has had horrible sound. I've never heard a quiet onboard furnace before. I've tried tapping it and stuff. I don't know what that is, but for right now it works. And I have other sources of heat if I need it. So, you don't like it either, do you? Oh, you don't mind? Okay, cool. So anyway, guys, from Denver, Colorado, at a Walmart parking lot, we are signing off. We're going to be getting out of here in our next video. Bye, guys.